If you have one, two, or three books out and you feel like you should be doing more marketing, but you are not actually sure what you should be focusing on right now, this video is for you. What I see over and over again is new authors trying to do all the things at once. Every platform, every tactic, every piece of advice. Not because they are doing it wrong, but because no one has clearly shown them what matters at this stage of their author business. So today, I want to slow things right down. This is a high-level guide to help you focus on the right priorities for where you are now, not where someone else is telling you that you should be. I am Narelle Todd, and I have coached fiction authors to more than 4 million ebook sales. I help authors build their business with confidence, clarity, and without chaos. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple framework for setting up your marketing when you have 1 to 3 books. We will look at what needs to be in place, what can wait, and how to stay in the step that actually supports your growth instead of burning you out. You do not need to do everything. You need to do the right things at the right time. So let's start there. I want you to think of this mind map as the 8 essential areas for you to focus on when you have 1 to 3 books out, or if you have under 10 books and they're not selling. I'm going to go through and just expand a little bit more on each one, but what I want you to do is just keep it in the context of these 8 things. When you're first starting out, there's so much that you need to learn. You are learning how to run a business. You are learning the writing technical skills. There's a lot going on. So when it comes to marketing, it can be quite daunting for people because there's so much information, but how much do you actually need when you're at the beginning stages of your author business? We're going to step through that right now. So let's look at our first one, which is mindset. I always like to start with mindset when it comes to fundamentals, whether you are an advanced business owner as an author or you are just starting out. Mindset is the key to everything. When you are just starting out, you need to be curious. You are learning so much about business, about yourself, about your books, about the technicalities of writing, about readers, about marketing. There's so much going on that you need a curious mind. You need to be okay with asking questions, even if you think they're silly. For the majority of the time, people in author groups are okay. They understand, they've been there where you have. So for them, it's not an issue. For you, though, you may feel that you can't ask questions. In actual fact, asking questions is key here when you're at this stage. So I want you to be okay with asking questions. So when it comes to mindset, your only role here is to be curious, to be open, to go and find out as much as you can and adapt that, not to take anything personally. You are asking a question and you got some feedback and you now can apply it or not to your own business. Okay, let's have a look at your books. This is why you started your business. You love to write. Now, chances are that you fit into one of 2 camps when it comes to writing. You are writing to market or you are writing because it's a passion project. There is no right or wrong here. I just want to start out with. For those of you who are writing to market, what that means is that you are looking for genres or tropes that have avid readers, that people are buying books. You know that they're out there. You don't mind what you write. You just want to write. And so you are writing books for the market who has a demand. You may not even like to read the genre itself, but what you want to do is you love to write. Then we have our passion project. So this is for writers who are writing stories that they want to read. These potentially are stories that they have not been able to find themselves or much of. So they are writing what they want to read and they're sharing it with the rest of the world. Now, what happens here is that there are readers who also want to read those sorts of stories. And so there is a market there for them as well. Whichever camp you fit into, there is a particular strategies that you use with your marketing. So once again, this is not a right or wrong. And sometimes you have the privilege of writing to market in your actual passion project area. So you get a double whammy hit there of goodness with your writing. What you do need to know and understand, though, is your why. So understand why you're writing. Is it to market or is it to passion projects? Because that's going to help determine your marketing and your business model, which we'll have a look at next. And then we have here, write what works for you now. So you may not know quite what you want to write. You may not have worked everything out. There's still some kinks in the system. You are still determining what is best for you. You may be trying to write to market, and that may be working or not working. You may be trying to write passion projects, and that may or may not be working and selling it. So at this stage, just write. Get some books under your belt, get some books out there, get readers starting to know you. And that way you can start to see and refine what is right for you. While ever you sit on your manuscripts, you're never going to find out what is the right thing for you. So this is where you need to just put it out there, get the feedback, and then start to refine where you fit in the type of writing that you're doing. It's okay if you don't know now. You're only a couple of books in. I dare say that by the time you're 40 books in, 60 books in, and 100 books in, chances are that you are going to be changing how you write anyway. So things are going to look very different in the future. But you need to make a start. So just keep writing. Let's have a look at our business model. You need to know what your business model is so that you can then commit to it. Here are several of the most popular business models that we have in self-publishing. We have wide, which means you are publishing on Amazon, Apple, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstores. Kindle Unlimited, or KU, where you are exclusive on Amazon with your ebooks. You may be releasing totally on your own store. You might be crowdfunding, or you may be going with a traditional publisher. Understanding and knowing that you actually have a business model is really helpful because it determines a lot of your marketing. It determines a lot of how you're going to set things up, your systems. You need to commit to it for about 6 to 12 months to start seeing any traction. So whichever business model you choose is the right one for you now. And I want you to be able to say, okay, I'm going to commit to it for 6 to 12 months and I'm going to go deep. And by that, I mean you are going to study and research all the ways to sell on the retailer that you've chosen. So if you have chosen Kindle Unlimited, you're going to do your research to find out what is it that makes Kindle Unlimited work? What are the things I need to do? What are the marketing opportunities available to me? How do I make Kindle Unlimited work for me? If you're wide, you are going to need to have a look at Amazon, Apple, Kobo, Barnes & Noble. So you're going to need to look at the major retailers and see what works. There's going to be different things for each one of those, and that's your responsibility to find out what they are. Let's have a look now at our email list. I believe the email list is the most important thing that you own in your business apart from your IP. Your email list is where you have control over the names, the emails, the contacts for your readers. These are people you know have bought your books, are interested in your books, so you can actually market directly to them. They're a known quantity to you, as opposed to a random reader who's bought from one of the retailers and you don't know who that person might be. With our email list, you are going to be focusing on at this stage in your business a couple of things here. You will have a lead magnet. And when you're in book 1 to 3, that lead magnet needs to be about your writing. So it needs to be a short story. It needs to be a sample of your work. What you're wanting to do is showcase to readers what your writing style is like so that they can have an experience for you, trust you that you are going to deliver because of what they've read, and they will then go and buy your book. You're also going to be building your email list, your subscriber list, and you're going to do that through swaps with other authors, through newsletter builders, and your website pop up. These three things really help you at this stage. It does not mean to say that you need to continue to do this as time goes on, but in the beginning stages, you need to get yourself in front of readers. And the best way to find readers in your genre and your niche are through other authors in your genre and your niche. Other authors are not competitors. And that's the great thing about this, is readers are always willing to buy a new book. We all have seen our own to-be-read piles. So other authors are more than likely willing to help spread the news about you. It's up to you to approach them and see if they will do that for you. The hardest thing sometimes is to ask. And more than often, I reckon you will get a yes response. So ask another author if they will profile you. Share your work with them so that they know what your style is like and they can make a decision as to if you're a good fit for their readers. And my last point in this one is this is a time to invest in some tools that are going to help you. The two tools here are BookFunnel and MailerLite, or some other kind of email service provider. These will help you automate the process of getting your lead magnet out to people, of getting your newsletters out to people, and they're so important for you to get it set up right at the very beginning. Invest in these tools because they will invest back in your business. Okay, let's move down into writing. Your job in this stage of your business is to write. This is an essential. You need to be producing more books, putting more books out. One of the things that you need to do is carve out time in your day or in your week to write so that you can be doing that. So don't hold back, keep writing. Get your diary or your calendar out, block out time in there, let family know, hide away if you need to. I know of one author with a family who used to write in her car because that was the only quiet place that she could have. So she left the kids with her hubby and in the house, and she went to her car, and that's where she wrote at night. You will find a way. You will find a space for you to go. Whatever you do, keep writing, keep releasing. That's your primary job at this moment in your business. The next place I want you to focus on is your marketing channels. And I want you to select 1 to 2 marketing channels. This is because you can't actually do more than that at this stage in your business. You are learning so much about so much that to try and do justice to more than 2 channels is simply asking for burnout and for you not be successful simply because of the stress that you're putting on yourself. Choose a channel like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, podcasts. There are so many different channels that you can use for your marketing. Choose one that feels right for you. You are going to be doing a deep dive once again here. You are going to be finding out all you can about a particular channel and how you can maximize it for your books. So choose something that you enjoy and choose something that you know readers are at. And the ones listed here, there are readers. Now, I want you to go deep. And by that, I mean study all that you can about a particular marketing channel. Let's take Instagram, for example. In my mastermind, we are looking at improving our Instagram accounts. And we found just from looking at our Instagram profile, just that one part of Instagram, that there's a whole bunch of activities and steps that we need to do. So you need to find out everything you can about that channel, go down deep, find out all the nooks and crannies that you need to be doing to make the marketing work for you. It's not simply putting up a really great looking image with some hashtags and a really great caption. There's a lot more that sits behind it to enable you to maximize your growth on that channel and the way that you can sell. I then want you to test for 3 months. You need to give it time for things to work. You need to give it time for you to actually get into a rhythm of posting consistently, of getting into a rhythm of just turning up and allowing that channel to actually work for you and to see if it is something that you want to continue on with. You will know by your results, and this is where data is going to work for you and be your friend. So you're going to use your channel analytics And this is your performance measurements that you will find in each of the channels that tells you where people are coming from, what they're liking, and what they're clicking on. You're going to use Amazon attribution tags so that you can actually track where people are coming to Amazon from with your links. And you're going to use Google Analytics as part of your website strategy so that you can see where people are coming from your website as well. So these things all play a part in finding what are the channels that are going to work for you. So rather than introducing, say, 5 marketing channels to your business at this stage, and you just do a little bit from each one of them, but you never actually kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it, that's going to work against you in more ways than one. I mean, I've mentioned burnout, but there's also the fact that you're not actually maximizing the marketing potential from that channel. So just choose 1 or 2 depending on how much time you have. Really study up on what's involved in each of those channels and then allow it time for it to work. Then's your website. I have seen authors spend a lot of money and a lot of time with their website at this stage. I'm going to suggest to you that your 5-page website is all you need. Now, the things that you need on your website, these are the must-haves: a homepage, obviously, an about page for you, and a page for every book that you have. If you have 3 books out at the moment, you will have a separate page for each of those books. If those 3 books are part of a series, you will have a series page as well. You are also going to be setting up on your website pop-ups so that when people come, there'll be a pop-up come up that will invite them to your lead magnet or to a promo that you're running or some way that you can engage with them. You're also going to install Google Analytics on your website, and you're going to look after your SEO and your AEO. These things are all super important for your website at this stage. Don't worry about a logo. Don't worry so much about branding. Just have really nice, consistent colors across the website. The logo and the brand can come later once you know actually more about your brand. At this stage, you don't necessarily know what it is. So don't spend your money there. There are other places you can spend your money at this stage. So you're looking for a really simple website with just a couple of pages. That's all. Hence the KISS here in the middle, which is keep it simple. Reader signals. Now, this is really important for you at this stage of your business. Reader signals are simply what are readers saying. So when we look at things like reviews, what you're looking for here is 3 to 5 reviews per book. What we know is that once you hit, say, about the 5 review mark, those reviews really don't have an impact on sales or visibility at the stores, particularly Amazon. So more reviews would be lovely, of course. I want you to aim here to get 20 reviews for your book. The reason for this is that then allows you to access paid promotional sites and packages, typically who have a minimum of 20 reviews. You can get these reviews from paid services, from ARC copies, or from your street team. Also at this stage, I want you to be paying attention to other sorts of reader signals. And this is really important because often we forget about them and we focus more on our book reviews at the retailers. So things like when people email you a response back to a book, or when they leave a response on social media. Have a look in your stats as to how much of the book was completed. Were characters mentioned in the reviews? This gives you an idea of what's actually tugging on readers. What have they liked? What have they talked about? What have they said to you that they enjoy? There we have our 8-part system that you need to be looking at as a new author with 1 to 3 books out. If you keep your focus on these 8 things, it's going to help you have a calmer experience with your marketing. You'll know where to market and what to do. The things that I've mentioned in here are all quite simple, but they're also really effective, and they are what you need at this moment in your business. Please don't try and do more advanced things. You're not at that stage yet. And I do say yet. You will be, but not at the moment. So I want you to take away a couple of these key notes as you are processing this information and how you can meld it and work it into your current business. Your writing is a business and you're in the learning stage. So you need to operate your business in its own bank account. This makes tracking and analysis cleaner. It means that you can track the money, you know what it looks like, you know what's coming in, what's going out, and it's separate to personal finances. Chances are you're going to be operating at a break even or even a loss. Now, at this stage in the business where you are new and you are learning so much, there's expenses in knowledge increase, there's expenses in buying tools. So these things will start to flatten out as you go along. But at this stage, be aware that you may not be making money from your business. And then thirdly, give yourself grace to learn. Be okay with learning. Be okay with being curious. Be okay with people sharing their wisdom with you. Ask questions that you may think are basic or silly. It doesn't matter. What you are finding out is information that will help you grow and help you become the author that you want to be. Be aware of premature optimization. So if something requires scale to work, it's not for you yet. What do I mean by that? For example, ads, running ads too early. If you're running Facebook or Instagram ads, it may not actually be the right time for that. Your key function may be to actually invest that money back in your writing so that you can release more books, then you can run ads. You may be on too many platforms, and so you're simply unable to scale on any of those platforms because you're stretched too thin. Expensive tools. Be wary of what you spend your money on. Buy the essential things I've mentioned already, such as BookFunnel or MailerLite or their equivalents. Invest in those quality tools rather than in some of the other things that are out there available to you. Be quite aware of shiny object syndrome. You will have that at this stage in your business, and everybody will be sharing something with you which seems like the secret answer, the secret source to book sales. Whenever an offer is made, always have a look and then wait 24 hours and then come back and check it. That way you'll know if it's a really good offer for you at this stage or if it just seemed like a good idea and you got a bit excited. And our last one here is branding before you understand how readers see your books and how your books are going to develop. Your brand is going to develop the more books you have. I would say just allow yourself time for that to happen. Don't get caught up into the need for a logo, in the need for branding, in the need for a great tagline. Just be yourself at this stage. Use colors that appeal to you and use those consistently. That's all you need to worry about for branding at this moment. Now, that's going to change when you hit about 10 books or so, because you'll have a really good idea of what readers think of your stories. And if it's something that you want to stick with, you may find that you may want to change genres. You may want to write in a different way. So all of those sorts of things play into branding. That's why it's important for you just to let things settle. Just get comfortable with your writing, get comfortable with your characters, get comfortable how you speak and see the world and put the word out about your books. All of those things will then come into play when you create your brand. But at this stage, it's a little too early for you to focus on that. I want you to be studying your genre or your trope. So once again, I want you to go deep in there and find out what is it that attracts readers. Why did you want to read this? Why did you want to write these books? Join reader groups and find out those sorts of things. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to what readers are saying that they want, that they love. And observe genre-specific marketing. Have a look at people who are doing their marketing really well in your genre and see what it is about it that's working for them. What is it that attracted you? Was it a call to action they made? Was it a particular phrasing they used? Was it the imagery they used? What was it that attracted you? Chances are it's going to attract your readers as well. And so it's something that you might want to be able to adapt then to your books. Your primary goal at this stage of your business is to write more books. And I would suggest to write more books in a series. So if you can have an ongoing series, and in each of those books, have the main characters in the next book that's coming out appear in the current book. What you're actually doing is you're getting readers to love those minor characters. And then when you say, guess who's in my next book, they will know and they're already invested in them. You've already piqued their interest. You've already got them wondering, well, what's going to happen with these characters? So if possible, write as a series and with characters that people continue to see, because what you're doing is building connection between the readers and your characters. Always have a link to your next book in your back matter. Even if you don't have a book available, make a book page on your website and direct people to that. What you can do on that book page is update it as you are writing. You can include things on there as photos, you can do word count, you can give perspective about a character, you can do a developing arc, you can do all sorts of things on that web page. Whenever somebody reads the book, they're going to click on that link, they'll come through, they'll get whatever the update is to that page. And of course, you can use the content on that page in your marketing for your book when you get it written. So it does not have to be a pre-order page. Just be aware of that. You can keep interest going. You can draw people in and readers in simply by having a page specifically for your next upcoming book, even if you haven't written it. And ideally, you would want to put a newsletter sign up on there for people to sign up to get advance warning about that book. So then you're also building your email list at the same time. So there we have it. This is our 8 steps to creating a business for you that's calm and manageable. It's very clear about what you need to do in the steps. There's 8 that you just need to focus on at this stage. This will help you save money because you will know that when a shiny object comes out, that it's not for you because it doesn't fit within this framework. You'll know that the things that you need to do, like you need to keep writing, you know that you need to build your email list. This keeps you on track so that you can then grow and optimize your business, sell more books, so that you then can move on to the next stage in building your business. So new authors often fail because they measure themselves against the wrong benchmarks. I want you to look at success like this at this stage. It's finishing the next book. It's improving clarity, not about scaling. It's learning how your readers respond, and it's building habits, not income goals yet. Keep focused on those 4 things within the framework that I've gone through with you today, and you're on target to scale your business as you release more books and increase your income. If you want to know more about working with me so that you can grow faster, quicker, and with better focus, the link is on the screen.